is another type of the storage. RAID is a storage which is there is some limitation of the stand-alone disks. Means if you have the single disk and you connected and storing the data into the same disk, so there is some limitations like single point failure. If your hard disk is failure, so your all data is failure. Another is transferring the speed, because the single hard disk will connect with the single cable. So there is only single interface which is the transferring the data. Okay, and the capacity, limitation of the capacity. If you have bought a 1 TB hard disk, so there is a 1 TB limitation. 4 TB hard disk, so 4 TB limitation. Okay, so let's talk about the RAID. So this is the limitation of the standalone disk. You can connect the disk because the disk is a single point. If the single point is failure, either the hard disk failure, then the complete data is lost. Okay, transfer speed is a low because there is a only one connector, and capacity limitation, like you can buy the 1 TB hard disk, 2 TB or the 4 TB, 10 TB. And another is a hardware RAID controller. Actually, we will discuss later on about it in a detail about the RAID. But right now there is a multiple hard disk are there. So multiple hard disk means multiple connector, and they are mirroring with each other. Means whatever the data is here, the data is mirrored on this another hard disk. So if this hard disk is failure, so the data already have the backup or the mirrored on another disk. So there is no problem in the accessibility of the data. And because the data is having the multiple hard disk, the same data, so is have the faster, flexible, and is preferred. There is a two types of the RAID is happened. One is a hardware based, another is a software based. So software, when the hardware is based, so this is the dedicated hardware which is used for the mirroring the devices, hard disk. They have their connectivity in between, so the data is transferred. Okay, software RAID is not as faster as the hardware. It is based on the OS and slower and less preferred. Already I have the hard disk of the 1 TB. I have a organization, and there is a 10 candidates or 10 users are using this workstation. So it is necessary to define the quota for all users. Otherwise, only the one user store the movies and it will fill the hard disk. So when what is the quota? Quota means the specific location or the area or the space or the size is allotted to the user for the file storage on the computer. Like 1 TB divided by 10, so everyone can use the 100 GB space. Only that is. For the example, another example of the data quotas, then when you are using the Google Drive, so you will get the 15 GB space where you can store your files. Okay. So actual quota is going to be allot the space for the storing the files on the computers. Okay, so it is the soft limit, grace period, or the hard limit can be used to assigning the quota. In a Linux, the /etc/fs tab, where we can assign the quota for the user as well as for the group. So user quota and group quota are used to managing the quota. We will discuss later on that.